welcome, and I hope you're not too cold or hot, depending on which part of the world you're in. So MicroPython 126, I just wanted to mention that that's coming soon, because 125 was 2 months ago. 33 PRs have already been merged, and there's already some pretty good stuff in there. I saw your MP remote tree stuff got in too, Joss, so that's exciting. But some of the stuff that's coming up is pretty cool. We got some more expressive support with the P4 and the C2. And we've also got the machine.count and machine encoder timers. Come on through those. We got some late joiners. So the count and the encoder is really a feature that's been on the agenda for a long time. So although it's staying with the ESP32, they'll also come along for some of the other ports pretty soon after. We've also got support for, like, STM's always had USB support. It was obviously the first one that had USB support, but it's being pushed across to tiny USB, which will give us a whole bunch of benefits because we'll have the same USB stack on a bunch of ports. And in particular, that'll let us move more quickly on the USB client and the USB host support. So that's pretty cool. And we've got formerly known as I2C slave, but I2C target memory, which will give us that functionality. That's already looking pretty promising on a few ports. So yeah, plenty coming together. Damien would prefer to release on August 1st. He's already got enough features in there that he's happy doing a release. So he's just going to cut it when that date comes by, if all goes to plan. Yeah, we'll see. So that's that. Lepaka. So I hadn't come across this before, but Lepaka is like it was started in late 2022 by Mikhail Ilan. And it was originally targeting the Flipper Zero, and it's basically this guy and this team believe that embedded graphics deserve a better editor. That's kind of the catchphrase. And it's a in-browser pixel level editor, but designed to support like editing small devices, 128 by 96, or it's got quite a range, but specifically around small devices. And as you edit the image, it'll actually generate the code for you. So it's supported out of the box. Flipper supported a lot of the Adafruit stuff, and why it came on my radar is because it recently added MicroPython support. So you can generate MicroPython code for the SSD 1306, which is really popular low-end graphics chipset. And yeah, you can do it all in the browser. It's pretty neat. So just as a quick example, if you want to draw lines, you can draw lines, and you'll see that it just renders the code in the bottom. It's also got support for layers as well. So these things are editable. They're actually objects. And there's a ton of images. I can't remember how to get this up and running, but there's a way to access like images that are already saved in the through here. So you can sort of just drop like a battery image in there. It's pretty neat for that kind of like DIY sort of hobbyist sort of grade displays. I reckon it's pretty slick. So it's free use for one project. So their model is it's a freemium model. It's like $12 a month to unlock all the restrictions. Yeah, if that's of interest to you, go check it out. My new hardware. We talked about the SciFly board last month, and it came in a couple of days after the last meetup. But that's where am I going? There somewhere. There. I don't know. Which depends which one you're looking at. Yeah, this is one of the beastie sort of specs. Dual core, M33, tons of flash, tons of RAM, and we'll start getting a simple port on that soon. There's a crowd supply project called the Genesis IoT Discovery Lab. Might be of interest to some folks here. A little bit hard to see here, but ESP32 on the side. And they've kind of got these boards with peripherals, and they've standardized on. I think I've got this. There we go. That's a better image. They're standardized on this this socket header arrangement, which gives you SPI and I2C, and so you can plug in whatever you want to it. And they're offering a whole bunch of boards that coming out of the box. So this doesn't exist yet. I think they're going. That'll become an active project shortly. So if that's kind of in your wheelhouse, go check it out. I'll skip through that part and get onto the MicroPython feeder, the IB scale. So if you're into pick and place machines, the Lumen PNPs are a really popular open source pick and place machine. This is a feeder to replace one of the components in the Lumen pick and place machine, and it's a board that's now open hardware. It was announced on the MicroPython Discord because it's running MicroPython as well. So it's a drop-in replacement for the feeder motherboard is the particular component that it's replacing. But yeah, pretty cool. Solid are a company that makes a bunch of e-paper devices. This is a picture of their color one, but they make a whole bunch of. They originally released one based on recycled Kindle displays, but they've since expanded their line, got a whole bunch of these things now, and they've been adding MicroPython support to the displays over time. But it was kind of scattered all over the place through a whole bunch of repositories, a bit of a mess. But recently they tidied it up, so it's all in one place now, easy to find. It's really neat. It's good. I like it. I put this MIM update to you, Rolly, but I don't know if you had any. Because I saw you playing with it. No, cool.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Lots of updates to the back end I want to see.
Cool. Apart from that, I've just got a few tabs that have opened up here, so I just haven't had time to write everything up. But Waveshare released a new board, which is an ESP32P4 based board. You can get it in 3.4 or 4-inch, quite large, but quite high res as well. So at 800 by 800 or 720 by 720. Of course, that's if the screen was rectangular, so you do lose a lot of pixels there, but still pretty high res for the size. Looks pretty neat. $65 US. This is a website by Arturo. If you're interested in PyPico form factor boards, he's made an effort to collect all of those boards that are sort of in that rough form factor. And so if you're looking for something specific, it's a great place to go and check that out. This is all open source as well, so if you want to, he's got the ability for you to make a PR and commit it in, and if it gets merged, it'll get added automatically. It's quite neat. David Grimm and Alex Glow of Hackster.io had a good look at the Thumby, the old Thumby. We've been talking about the new one, but the old one still has some legs, and so they had a good play with it for an almost 2-hour session. If you like those devices, go check that out. The Roverling is an open source effort to make a 4-wheeled platform to drive around, and there's MicroPython example code. There's a bunch of 3D printable pieces, so if that's a little platform you'd like to play with, or that's available. Previous guest Simon Prickett has been talking about doing MicroPython stuff with chia lights, especially using these Pimaroni stellar unicorns. So if any of those keywords tickle your fancy, go check that out. All open source again, as most of Simon's work is. Rack released the 11160. I don't know where they come up with these names, but it's a device that has an ESP32C2 and an STM32WL range device, so you can do pretty much all the radios that you need. Yeah, quite handy and cool, and cheap. Neat little device. I haven't yet figured out how this works, but if someone's going to put connect a camera with an M5 stack and a Playdate, I'm all about that. So I don't know how this actually gets the image into the Playdate yet, but I am keen to learn. If someone beats me to it, they'll have to explain it to me. I was excited to hear that, see, very hacky, oh so hacky. So that's kind of, I appreciate that. Another example of these popular e-paper displays. This one's powered by an ESP32. It's a neat little dashboard. I don't know much about this. I haven't looked at the code in this one yet, but it was published on Hackaday. And Olimex, who make a bunch of boards that support MicroPython, including this one with the 2 relays. This is like a wireless or a wide Ethernet or wireless device that you can control relays on. They've also connected this gesture device. So this is a particular peripheral that can recognize certain hand gestures, and it's got an I2C connection to the board. They've got MicroPython examples on how to do it. So, yeah, quite neat. That's the solder website I alluded to before. I need to talk about that. And then the MacDyn WorkZoog, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a USB multi-tool which does a whole bunch of different things. It's had an upgrade from a 1 meg flash to 4 meg flash, but just looking at it, it looks like a really cool device. There's also MicroPython support for this in the, like there's pre-built firmware for this in the regular downloads site. Yeah, this can be used as a device, can be a programmer, or it can just do GPIO or all sorts of crazy things. Looks actually really quite useful. And that is all I've been able to pull together in the time that I had.